Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find, and we're gonna start off with this one, which is kind of in between the best and the worst. It is just a tattoo on a face of a spider, a very common silhouette. Look at it right here. Everyone's got this silhouette of a spider. That's not what's crazy. What's crazy is that it goes onto the eyelid. Now, I've seen this a million times. Plenty of people have eyelid tattoos. I just wanted to remind you that if you are gonna have parts of a tattoo cross the face and go over an eye and there's gonna be a giant gap in that, don't do that. That looks bad. Anytime there's a body thing cutting off a tattoo, it typically doesn't look good. This is no exception. I like the idea. It's not a bad tattoo. It's not like they messed it up or anything like that. Placement's kind of funky, but hey. Also, a quick reminder, you get your eyelid tattoo, it's gonna blow up like a basketball. That thing's gonna be all puffy. You're not gonna be able to see out of it for at least 4 days, and then it's just gonna slowly come over your face. It swells up so gnarly. Even if you just touch it for a second, swollen. Black eye, you're gonna be busted for a while. Let's look at this. This is something beautiful. You guys have eyes, I have eyes. This is just something special. What's interesting about this tattoo is how they made it fit within her figure, right? Like typically, she's not bigger, but bigger women, especially like in the back area, it's all good. We love it, fine, whatever. But typically, your rolls kind of end up distorting images. So he fit the image perfectly in between the center of her back. And don't get me wrong, I'm not just trying to shame her or anything like that. That's what she looks like. She has like thicker rolls on the sides. He fit it perfectly in between and it looks amazing. It's a beautiful back piece. It's a great tattoo. I love everything about it. And what's special about it is that he drew it on. And that's kind of where you get this like special thing about the tattoo, is that it is all drawn on and he like eyeballed it. He saw what would be best and then he just made magic. Little bits of magic here and there. He's like, let me touch this with magic. He made it magical. Want to know what's not magic? This. Okay, first off, this is like a semi-traditional sleeve with a million dots. Okay, did they put a single star in here? Okay, stars and dots. People do them. People usually aren't that good at them. There's only a handful of people that... That's not true at all. There's so many tattooers who could pull off stars and dots, but a lot of times you see them and they're just done poorly. And usually it's not because doing a star or a dot is a hard thing to do. It's actually quite easy. Dum Dum could easily pull it off. Short Bust Kiss Your Magician could pull that off. No problem. Stars, dots. Typically, the biggest problem is that people do stars and dots when the tattoo does not deserve stars and dots. Like, look at how spaced out this sleeve is. This sleeve is more sprawling than LA. There's no reason to have stars and dots here, okay? The distance between these tattoos, the spider web in the elbow and the moth on the inside of your arm, is at least 450 miles. Do not put stars and dots in a sleeve like this, because then you just end up with a sleeve of dots, okay? Not the move. What you don't want is a sleeve of dots. Stars and dots, fine. Traditional sleeve with stars and dots, great. Dots? No thank you. I'm gonna give you practical advice. If you have space bigger than this, maybe a little bit bigger than that, don't do stars and dots. Put a tattoo there and then stars and dots. Okay? Okay. I don't know why you need help figuring that out. It just looks so bad aesthetically. It always is shocking to me. Let's look at this. Okay. Nothing is more tragic than this, okay? In case you guys are wondering, I'm sitting here. This is a weird place to be filming. It's my room. It's my couch. This is literally my couch. I film here because I brokies my leggies, okay? Last week I was hunting a jabalino and it ran into my leg, broke it, shattered it in 2 places. I might never walk again. The jabalino won this round, but next round is mine. Let's look at this other tragedy of a tattoo, okay? This tattoo tells me everything I need to know about anything and everything, okay? It says, hey Kirk, don't continue. Hey Kirk, give up in life. Hey Kirk, there is no Jesus, because Jesus wouldn't let himself be represented so poorly on a sleeve like this. Thank you, God. I took your advice. You don't exist. This sleeve sucks, okay? Obviously, lions, extremely hard. I feel kind of like a broken record. I feel like every single weeks I go, ooh, don't do a lion. And if you do a lion, don't do this lion or that tattooer or tattooed by this tattooer. I think, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. What makes this tattoo so bad is that it's an entire sleeve. It's not just like one little banger. It's a whole sleeve, dude. It's a whole sleeve of everything you don't want. Yeah. On to the next. Let's talk about Neotrad. I don't like it very much, but a lot of people do. I never talk about it. This is a Neotrad tattoo tour. Let's go through it with the gentleman.
Here's a bunch of my tattoos and the meanings that are behind them. I got these daggers on my belly just because I thought they fit well and I had some money at the time. This one here is actually for my wife and my son. We've got the daisy.
This one, probably one of my favorites. Neotrad is usually, there's some things that make up a Neotrad tattoo, and typically none of them I like that much. You end up with a lot of large fields of color, and a lot of those times those colors are very muted. So you end up with like a lot of browns and like grays and like different tones of those, and usually that doesn't make a very good tattoo in my eyes. Why? Because gray, brown, pinks, anything muted, like these like lower toned colors, super hard to put in the skin and even harder to keep in the skin. They just end up fading. Now, right off the bat, he showed off the tummy one. That's kind of what I see there. Just like muted toned colors that it doesn't spark me as a nice tattoo. Not a bad tattoo by any means. But then you see this one and it's like got that bright, vibrant yellow behind it and a lot of fun colors that actually look very good in the skin.
Birth flower and the snake because my son was born year of the snake. This one is actually based off Make Them Suffer's song Widower. There's blood coming from her eyes that's kind of faded, but yeah. This is a chrysanthemum for my mum because it has the word mum in it. And it's my mum's birth flower. Yeah, not sure about this one. Just thought I'd get a fucking shark.
So, a lot of these tattoos are fine. A lot of them look like the color is just like washed out. They almost look like washed out version of the tattoo. Again, Neotrad, they do some things that I just disagree with as a tattooer. They don't put in enough black in some of their images, and then sometimes they put too much, just like muted tones. I don't want a muted tone. I want this shit to pop, okay? That's why I like the rib one so much. And my favorite tattoo, the one on his back, is like, pop.
Yeah, for my back, I didn't actually know what I was getting until the day of. I just said, give me something sick that you want to tattoo, and this is what I got.
I think this is by far his best tattoo. Why? There's a lot of muted tones, but around those muted tones are these tones that aren't muted at all. The blue, the yellow, all the browns, like these things are pretty much like a traditional guy's palette and traditional guy's tattoo colors, and he just put them huge. And like it shows me that like Neotrad doesn't have to just be the same color palette. It can be a more vibrant one, and that's not what actually makes something Neotrad. It's actually how it's tattooed. And here's a great example of like everything that makes a Neotrad tattoo, but a really, really, really nice one. And good for him, because if you're gonna have a nice tattoo, you better make sure it's your back.
This was at a tattoo convention. I just thought he looked funny. This is actually a skull made of like waves and rocks, and I just said, give me whatever. That's what I got.
His traditional tattoo and the Japanese traditional, very nice tattoos, very normal. Nothing really unique about them except for maybe the water wave one. I think that's a Sam Kane tattoo, probably off the top of my head. On to the next, which is called Your Fingers Can Look Like Penises. Look, if eyes are the gateway to your soul, fingers often look like penises. Don't do that. Okay? You don't want fingies to look like peenies, okay? If your fingy looks like a peenie, you did the wrong thing, okay? And this is a great example of like a finger can look not like a finger. You know, if you show it at this angle, and I think there's like some anatomical, like, it's almost like the finger got degloved type of look. So you see all these bone and tissue and veins. Not the move, dude. Not the move, okay? Like if your fingy looks like a pingy, you did something wrong. Very nice tattoo in general, I guess. Like it looks done well, and a lot of the other fingers look like fingers. It's just my first thought is like, hey, be cautious. And when it's all said and done, it does look a lot better when it's like in this full view and you see the whole tattoo. It looks much better. It makes a lot more sense. But yeah, that like my first thought was like, I don't see it. Very nice tattoo. I probably don't mean to be as harsh as I can. This may not be the best example of like, hey, that looks exactly like a phallic little thummy, but a good example of maybe it kind of does. On to the next.
Attention tattoo artists, if you use these needles, please be careful, because, bro, let me know if you see what's wrong with this. Here's another picture. Gee, I don't know if I'm tripping. When the did they start making fake quadrant needles? This shit's not even...
Okay, this is a very common brand sold in tattoo supply companies. I sell it myself. This is not the real one. This is Quadin instead of Quadrant. Look, they pretty much sell fake everything. As a supplier, I have access to buying fake whatever you need. Whatever fake crap you need, I could pretty much get a hold of it. You want fake Quadron needles? You want fake Bishop needles? Bistop needles? You want stencil stuff that is not stencil stuff? I have access to it. That is why you need to be very careful. If I could get it, that means every other asshole can get it, which means that they're selling you some bullshit probably. That's why we guarantee at Tattooer Supply Co. everything is genuine, not fake, never gonna be fake, and if it's fake, you're never gonna know, okay? Join today where we don't sell fake stuff, but if we did, it'd be the best fake stuff. All members get 10% off every single order for the rest of time, as long as we stay in business. I mean, our prices are so cheap, sometimes I'm like, God damn, how do we stay in business? But yeah, on to the next. We have a footsie, a little bitty footsie. This footsie is a very unique footsie. Do you like this footsie? Do I like this footsie? Leave in the comments whether you think I'm gonna like this footsie. I don't know. Putting pattern all the way down a foot looks all right in this picture. It looks all right. Do I love it? Not particularly. Do I think it would be better different? Maybe. Does it work? Kind of. I'm so back and forth on this tattoo. Technically, it was tattooed very well, which I can just like, we could sit and appreciate that. Aesthetically, I don't really like it, but there is something about it that looks interesting. I really don't know what to say about this tattoo. I just wanted to show you. What do you think? Leave a comment in the videos. If you've seen my footsie in this video, leave a comment there too. It's all swollen and all of these little piggies went to the hospital. So on to the next. I got two more for you.
Don't DM these guys. Obviously these fools, or this individual, I don't know if it's the whole shop feels that way or just the shop owner. So a Florida tattoo shop doubles down on hating the military after banning veterans and law enforcement, now offering discounts if you can prove you are not military or police. Dude, what's crazy is that military is probably one of the heaviest tattoo collectors in the world, in my opinion. Some of the most awesome tattoos I've done have been on military. Not only, you know, am I a veteran, so there's a little bit.
Okay, I've seen people not want to tattoo cops. I don't personally get it, but whatever. Not wanting to tattoo the military is pretty much one of the craziest statements in tattooing. Look, the amount of tattooers who have paid their bills off of military is crazy. If you're just a regular tattoo getter, the progression in tattooing that has happened because we tattoo so many military guys is fundamental to the actual like core of tattooing. I love tattooing military guys. The Marines, some of you guys get the worst tattoos. Love you guys. Trash tattoo ideas. Navy SEALs, some of the best tattooed ideas, people havers I've ever. Tiny boy, you're interrupting. Say hi, tiny boy. Hey, my tiny boy. What do you think about tattooing the military? What's your favorite branch of the military to tattoo? The Coast Guard? I don't know if they're in the military. Dude, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Don't kiss me. See you later. Yeah, not tattooing the military is like not tattooing girls. It's like, you're an idiot. Go f yourself. On to the next. I got one more for you. This is a laser-proof tattoo. This is a Mickey Mouse flipping him off, looking high as hell like he's been smoking some meth. And this tattoo's they're attempting to laser this tattoo. It's blasphemy, okay? It's almost the best, coolest tattoo I've ever seen, and it's getting lasered off. And no, you're not allowed, okay? Don't laser cool tattoos. I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you have a good day. I hope whatever day this comes out, I'll see you in a few days.